Have you ever had a moment where you achieved something incredible? Or maybe you were going through a silent heartbreak, and your first instinct was to tell no one? It's not that you're a private person or that you don't have friends. It's just that deep down, you don't really expect anyone to care. In the world of psychology, this isn't usually about the bad things that happened to you, it's about the good things that didn't happen. It's the trauma of absence. You weren't the kid who got shouted at, you were just the kid who was invisible. Today, we're looking at the quiet reality of growing up ignored and why that independent person you've become might actually be a version of you that's still waiting to be seen. Before we talk about why you feel like a ghost in your own life, if you're someone who learned to be your own hero before you even knew how to be a kid, you've found your community. Hit that like button and subscribe so we can keep exploring these quiet parts of our minds together. Let's talk about the house you grew up in. It probably wasn't a place of drama or loud arguments. In fact, it was probably very peaceful. But for a child, that peace can feel like a desert. Maybe your parents were working two jobs, struggling with their own stress, or just didn't know how to connect. You learned very early that your emotions were an inconvenience. So you became the perfect kid. You did your own homework, you made your own snacks, and you tucked yourself into bed without a word. You didn't lose your voice, you just realized that using it didn't change anything. Now, as an adult, you're the strong one who never asks for help. You'd rather drown in 100 problems than ask for a hand. Not because you're proud, but because the idea of someone helping you feels foreign or even dangerous. The weirdest part of growing up this way is the feeling of being empty even when your life looks full. You're reliable, you're productive, and you're an expert at reading the room to make sure everyone else is happy. But when it comes to your own feelings, you're a stranger. Since no one ever mirrored your emotions when you were small, you never learned how to name them. You feel fine most of the time, but you don't really feel alive. You've spent so much time shrinking yourself to fit into the corners of other people's lives that you've forgotten how much space you're actually allowed to take up. Healing this isn't about blaming your past. It's about finally acknowledging that void. It's about realizing that you were never too much. You were just in an environment that was too small for you. Your needs aren't a burden, and your success deserves to be celebrated, even if only by you. You don't have to be useful to be worthy of love, and you don't have to be invisible to be safe anymore. If this video made you feel a bit more seen, I'm glad you're here. Don't forget to subscribe as we continue to decode the hidden parts of our stories. But here's a thought. If you spent your life being invisible just to keep the peace, it makes sense that you hate being the center of attention now. This might be why you treat big milestones, like your birthday, as just another random Tuesday. There is a powerful link between the kid who was ignored and the adult who refuses to make a big deal out of themselves. Click the video on the screen to explore the psychology of people who treat their birthdays like normal days and see if your quiet milestones are actually your brain's way of staying safe. Tell me in the comments, what's one small thing you've done for yourself lately? Goodbye for now, and I'll see you in the next one. This is The Inner Mind, where understanding yourself comes before fixing yourself.